has now learned in the past 9 months about not only the role of the private space sector, the private space industry, but also in the future, as we wish to put more and more humans in space, when that becomes the goal, that there will be more frequent flights that will take place to the moon. Elon Musk has said that in the next 20 to 30 years, he plans on sending the first humans to Mars. So what is it that can be learnt and now applied going forward?
See, every flight to space at the moment is almost a technological miracle. Think of two cars, one moving in Delhi on a ring road at 200 kilometers per hour, and the other is somewhere in Bombay, and this car is supposed to come to Delhi, pick up the car drivers from this moving car at the same speed and then take them back to Bombay. Now, this is what has happened, right? And this happens every time when somebody is sent into, human beings are sent into space, especially when they have to work in a lab there. Whether it's this international lab or Chinese lab, or earlier we had Russian, Soviet. Yeah, that was the first lab. And today happened to be the day when for the first time Soviet astronaut walked in the space, what is known as spacewalk. So we are celebrating that as well today. The point that I'm trying to make is that today it is a miracle. Now, as Amitabh pointed out, that things are getting matured over a period of time. This is what we call as maturity of technology. Now, the technology, when it gets matured, you never know what is in the offing. Let me take another example of just the cell phone. Cell phone was developed for talking while moving. Earlier technology restricted the movement of the talkers when you wanted to contact somebody. But today, this small device is used for n number of things. Your office moves with you now. Similarly, in my opinion, the next generations are going to see application of space technology in ways that we can't even imagine today. Therefore, every step, as Dr. Ram suggested, is accumulation of knowledge as well as experience. This accumulation of knowledge further moves humanity towards maturity or a matured technology. I'm sure when Wright brothers flew for the first time in aeroplanes, they never thought that every day more than 2,000 planes will be taking off on planet Earth in 1 hour time. So we can't imagine where this technology is going to take us. Now, the other thing that you have asked is very important, that private industry has now entered into space technology and space sciences. So what is going to happen? Of course, most of the countries today have private sector as well as another sector run by the government. Now, private sector is not expected to do something that does not give profit to them. So private sector has to earn profit from every technology. It is the public money where you think of only humanity and its progress. To whatever extent the government thinks. I'm not vouching for every government on planet Earth. There are governments which oppress the humanity as well as their own people. But most of the democratic countries have public sector which obviously is expected to work for the betterment of the humanity. Now, I always get very disturbed when I see private sector entering into areas which are cutting edge technologies, which are beneficial for the humanity, being used for profit making. This disturbing turn has come because until now private sector had not entered into space technologies. Space technology was supposed to be national asset by all the countries, including those who were lagging behind and were trying to work. So if humanity has to progress forward, then we have to contain and rein the objectives of the private sector. I think that in today's world, and we have seen very recently the collaboration between President and Elon Musk, and it is a very disturbing development internationally also, because he is now going to decide a lot of international relations. These corporations are going to be stronger and stronger if they are not reined, and they'll decide how humanity will progress. They'll decide what gives them the profit. So it will not be done in public interest. That is my position. A lot of people are happy about it, that most of the public sector is inefficient, etc., etc. But that is a very different debate. In my opinion, in times to come, humanity is going to colonize, as was suggested just now, other planets, and probably moon is going to be either first or one of the planets is going to be the first, depending upon what data we gather about moon and planet.
Yes.
If we come back to India, then India has two novel things. Number one, because of our large pool of scientific manpower, we are capable of developing any sector where we take a national political decision to focus on. ISRO has proved that. Our atomic energy also has proved that. In certain other areas also, we have proved that we could be equal to any country. In many areas of science, we have lagged behind. That is a very lengthy debate. Other thing that we have proved it, that what other countries do at a higher cost, we can do probably at lower costs, which means two things. That in our society, things are cheaper, including the labor. And the other thing is, we have been very creative in using whatever resources have been allocated to ISRO or science and technology.
Unfortunately, I will have to thank all of our guests for